where the trees at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you made it here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We got you.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfield.
This episode of Chief Concerns is brought to you by betonline.ag and Underdog Fantasy. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA, college basketball, to the NHL and UFC, BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here. Although the NFL season is done, there's still many games to be played between college basketball, NBA, NHL, and WNBA. There's always time to embrace your inner underdog. All you got to do is predict higher or lower on multiple different player statistics. If you've yet to download the Underdog app, do so now and get free cash. Click the link in the description or use promo code ChiefConcerns, one word, to claim your free pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So let's continue to keep the good vibes going into the spring season. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chief Concerns. I'm Marcus Dash here with legendary Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn. JD, how are you doing, brother?
What is going down, brother? How you doing? Doing all right? Doing all right?
It's a really, I feel great. We're gonna have a great episode tonight. I'm very, looking forward to that. We were working together, getting the film ready for tonight's film study session. But it's a great time of the year. You got the offseason coming. You got NFL draft stuff. I know everyone loves the mocks. I know you're not a big mock guy, but everyone loves the mocks. New additions. Then you got the baseball starting up. March Madness begins tomorrow at noon.
Oh my gosh.
NBA playoffs coming soon. I mean, it's a fun time of the year. I know our Chiefs aren't playing, but it's a lot of stuff to look forward to, and you got to love that. Tons
of things, man. Just out here also, too, my grandson just had a game today. It was part of, taking me a little time to get myself together. I got to, try to see him. He's going to be pitching a little bit this year. So it is an exciting time. Track and field is another thing. You're doing track. My sister, she works up there at the University of Kentucky. She's the one to get the athletes ready. She's a masseuse. She does a great job of it. I'm just thinking during this time, everything is buzzing. The end of March, when they say, April starts bringing a little bit more of the showers, the rain and whatnot. But for me, it's been a beautiful day, gorgeous time here in the state of Kentucky. You'll start getting over here when April starts rolling around. Everything's going to be happening real fast, Marcus. Everything's going to happen real fast. We're talking about also, too, not just, for the guys, okay, for everybody going through the draft process. This is when you start doing all your, your workouts, okay, for teams, kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty. I think, who was it that somebody ran like a 4? I think it was a linebacker for Alabama. The dude ended up running like a 4.43, something on his pro day.
Campbell?
I don't think it was who was the other guy? I don't think they got 2 linebackers from Alabama.
Well, I know Milroe broke the internet with his 4.37 today. So I mean, they had a lot of guys run some fast 40s today.
Yeah. I'm not sure who it was, man, but that joker was moving. He was moving, and so I told you that this time kind of brings a lot of memories back for me. A lot of memories, man, and I just. You kind of smell it in the air. That's what it is. You know the competition is there. Everybody's out here. This right here is such a nerve-wracking time for those guys going into the NFL. They are. So did you make a bracket, Marcus, for March Madness? Let me ask you that too.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who you got? Who you got going into the?
So my final 4 is Michigan State and St. John's, and then I have Duke and Houston is my Final Four. And then I have Houston playing St. John's in the championship and Houston winning it.
Oh, you got Houston is in the same bracket as Duke, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, Houston Duke playing each other in the Final Four, Houston winning it, and then Houston playing Rick Pitino in the championship.
Oh man. Come on, man. Not my Dukies. Don't believe the Duke. I got the blue on for the Dukies. You know, and also too for UK, you know, for the Wildcats.
There you go.
Hopefully they'll make a ride here. You know, I think they said that they had what was it? Overrepresentation of the SEC schools.
Oh,
tournament.
Insane. Even teams that like shouldn't have made it. And, you know, because like around here in Northern Virginia, you know, we have George Mason University, which like, it's not a basketball school by any means, but they were number 2 in the A10, and the A10 only got one team in the tournament. Only VCU, who won their conference play, no at-large bids from the A10. A lot of people were mad about that, but like, SEC had Vanderbilt making it. Arkansas made it, but a lot of people say, oh, that's because of Calipari being there now.
Calipari, yep, for sure.
But any other year, I mean, like it went like pretty much the entire conference made the tournament, which is just wild. I know SEC was great this year, but like
great this year.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah, I think those the teams that they all of them was around in the top 25 at one point in time. You know, Auburn looked good. Shoot, Florida, Alabama. So there was some tough teams in there, man. But yeah, over representation, a little crazy. You know,
yeah. I mean, so much so, the governor of West Virginia writing a letter about their team getting gypped out of making the tournament, which is kind of crazy, ridiculous, actually. I mean, you're the governor of West Virginia, you have a lot of other things to be worried about, you know, but you're worried about this. And then the coach, apparently the coach already had a deal made with Indiana during the season, because Indiana, Mike Woodson retired after the season was over for Indiana. And then yesterday, it was announced that the West Virginia basketball coach signed a deal to be the head coach at Indiana. And then at his press conference today, he said the deal was already made during the season that he was going to go to Indiana. So a lot of people are saying, conspiracy theorists are saying that NCAA didn't want West Virginia to make it because they wanted Indiana to have their coach fresh to be introduced this week, which a little bit too much there, the conspiracy theories. However, I mean, it's wild.
It is wild. It's wild just to hear that, man. Well, I tell you what. Let me say what's up to everybody in here in the chat for sure. But man, things like that, conspiracy theory, I mean, you never know. You never know with these things out here, man. We hear everybody here in the chat what they'll think about these things. Listen, you all, appreciate your patience for us waiting on us to get here on the show. You know, we're going to have a nice little film session, looking over some things, talk about the guys we have gotten here with the Chiefs. Talk about some of our guys that have left and gone other places. And so Cole Harmon being one. So Cole up there in Green Bay. But let me name everybody first off in the chat, man. I just said hello to you. G-Pick, what's going on? Good evening. Andrew Brown, good to see you. Andrew Chenault, how you doing? G-Pick, like I said, Linda Hunter is in here. Nana Sherry, how you doing? Who we got in here as well? Kevin Mars, good evening, sir. Mike Brennan, what's going on, Mike Brennan? Justin DeWay, how you doing? We got also two Kathy Welch is here with us tonight. Who else? Witchy Hall. Witchy is here. Good to see you, Witchy. Bolt Rojas, talking about Willie Gay Jr. going to the Dolphins. We'll talk about that. Optimistic James, what's going on? I don't care. I just want to see Kansas and Mizzou in the Sweet 16. Kansas got a hard route. Okay, Mizzou going to look a little tough too. So we'll see how they're going to do. True Champ, what up? Charles Driver's in here for us at this moment. So, yeah, man. Sure. Let's go ahead and make some of this happen, man. Talk about a few things.
I want to give a shout out to our guy at G-Pick. He messaged me on Twitter saying, I am home, hip replaced. It actually feels better than before. I'm walking up and down stairs with no walker at home. I'm an animal. And yes, you are, G-Pick. Yes, you are, buddy.
Told you, G-Pick, man. We was holding you up, brother. Knew you was going to come out okay, man. You said you're already walking around without a walker. My God. That's what we talking about. That's how we are built here and made over here in Chiefs Concerns, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Beast.
Yes, sir. Absolute beast. It's a good deal, man. Good deal.
So JD, obviously, before we get into some of the stuff we're gonna get into tonight, you made mention of Willie Gay. People in the chat were talking about. So Willie Gay gone. Miami Dolphins got him. McCole Hardman was the big one, right? So Willie Gay's been gone for a year. We gave him his flowers last year when he left, but McCole Hardman, Mr. Walkoff, the Super Bowl hero of last year, is gone to Green Bay. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how he's utilized over there. I think they're going to utilize him as more like a Jaden Reed kind of insurance policy if anything happens there. But nonetheless, I mean, give the guy flowers. He traded midseason to us last year. We needed just a receiver. He came, regardless of what people think about him. He came and he gave us some juice that we didn't have from the room, obviously, from the Jets. Gives us the deep ball that we didn't have last year. And then, he hit on a few times during the playoffs. And then hits the game-winning catch against the Niners in overtime. Obviously, forever, no matter what his stats are, no matter what he did as a second-round pick, he's always going to be known for what he did in that Super Bowl. That's going to go down in history. When NFL Films does the Super Bowl of the Chiefs and 49ers, they're going to talk about that and the catch. You can't talk about his catch without talking about that game. Mr. Walkoff is gone, going to Green Bay. He's a Chief legend now, and I know I posted online yesterday the sequence of him catching it, him celebrating with Pat, and someone was like, "He's not a legend." It's the same picture in three different angles. Like, okay, I mean, people have something to say about everything. I get it, it's Twitter, but that was the game winner. That was the walk-off touchdown in the Super Bowl to a guy who just came back home to us 4 weeks prior. I mean, McCole Hardman is a Chiefs legend, whether you like it or not.
Right. Whether you like it or not, he is. And, he's been a staple here. He's cut his teeth here. He left and came back, went to the Jets. Listen, we can't put him up on praise enough for what he's been able to do since he's been here, man. A great guy, meant a lot to our organizations. All the guys there in the locker room is going to miss him. Look, they're tight, and they'll call him to see how he's doing up at Green Bay. Green Bay's getting a hell of a player. I hope he goes up there, and I hope he's just fresh and he's just ready to go so he can show what he can do. Because he is a weapon. There's no question about it. And that's one thing we were saying, he ended up getting hurt last year, but he would have been an amazing weapon for us had he not gotten hurt. And Remigio did a good job filling in for him. But, man, we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him. We're going to miss him again. So somebody was saying, man, we hopefully get him back one more time. If that happens to be the deal, it's in the cards, then so be it, man. Would love to have McCole Hardman back. He was one of those guys I talked to you, Marcus, about bringing back. We needed some juice. We needed some energy to come back in this offense, and he provided that for us. That's what we were looking for, man. So hope he got his winter coat. It's going to be cold up there at Green Bay, baby. Ain't a whole lot to do. It ain't Kansas City. But, we always going to root for him. We're going to root for him. Regardless of what jersey he's in, we're going to root for him. He's a good guy. He's definitely one of the good guys. So, man, we have nothing but all the great things to say about him over at Chiefs Concerns. And so, like I said, man, we appreciate everything he's done here. Okay. And he is a legend. He's a Chiefs legend. He is. The past few years, everybody knows who McCole Hardman is. If you don't, you just been under a rock. So I don't know what to tell you. So Gio Perry says, sup, Chiefs fans of Dallas, George in the house. Love you guys. Gio Perry, appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
It's a new name.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Gio, nice to see you. Glad you're here. From down in Dallas, George in the house. Good to see you, man. So
the club, man.
Chiefs fan of Dallas. Yeah, Chiefs fan of Dallas. I think you might have been on here before. Because I remember somebody saying Chiefs fan of Dallas, unless there was somebody else as a Chiefs fans of Dallas.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. The name just doesn't ring a bell. Maybe it's a different username. I don't know.
Yeah, could be that. Pono, what's going on, my guy? How you doing? Why? Hanging loose, baby. Hanging loose. I know you know what that is. Yeah. Love you too, my guy. Appreciate it. I know you're gonna have some good things, man. We got some good things to say out here. Hearts and Roses, how you doing? Nice to see you, Sarah 73. Good to see you as well. You guys say what needs to be said. Yep, that's me. Different username. My guys. That's why I was like, man, hold on.
There you go.
I remember that. Chiefs fans of Dallas.
Hey, that's it. Different usernames. He's got two usernames. There's 2 subscribers from one guy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So JD, with our first topic, so we're going to get into film study tonight, guys. So, we got film review on Jaylon Moore, Kristian Fulton, as well as our guy Tillery, Jerry Tillery. But to talk about the Tillery move before we get into what we like from him, we talked about in this draft. D tackle is the thing we want to go for, right? It's the main thing this draft has as far as depth wise. There's a lot of good DT pieces, and we love a lot of the guys in this draft. But we talked about filling up that room because a lot of guys are gone, and we just talked about McCole Hardman leaving, but we haven't really talked about Turk Wharton. Got a big contract, he's gone. Now a member of the Panthers, got a payday. A guy who's an undrafted guy from a small school. You got to love those kind of stories.
Happy for him, deserves it. Yep.
Really happy for him. You saw all the Chief players, talking about how happy they were for when they saw a tweet come out. Derek Nottie gone, now a Jet. Derek Notty's been here when I looked how long he's been here since 2018, man. 2018, the guy's been here. So, it's a long time. Again, whether you dislike him or not, it's a long time to be with one team, and you got to give the guys flowers for being here as long as he has. Almost a decade we had this guy on our team. So that's crazy. Man,
we got to give him flowers for his work. He put in work when he was here, and so Derek Nottie was one of those that was a staple. I had no idea he'd been there that long, but I guess it's got to make sense, though, once you start thinking about it. It's unfortunate, man. He ended up, hurt his, was it tricep or something like that. He ended up tearing, kind of slowed him a little bit down. I think he'll do well up there with the Jets. It's a whole different type of organization, whole different type of feel. So hope he's happy. Hope he takes a little bit of that sunshine up there to the Jets and teach them how to do things.
Yeah, I mean, both Wharton and Nottie are going to be taking a lot of experience of winning cultures to those teams. Two teams that really need that kind of culture. So it's good moves for both the Jets and the Panthers bringing them in.
Oh yeah, and those two good guys, both of them, Turk and Nandi, both of them were two good guys
for sure.
Enjoyed watching them kind of just kind of grow a little bit while they was here with the Chiefs. And they're always interesting guys, defensive tackles and stuff like that. They're different type of dudes, but you can see, man, with them, they had a lot of joy and happiness while they was here. Got them some rings. They're gonna take it a hard-wearing shoulder around those organizations, let them know what it feels like.
Yeah,
and what it feels like
and what it takes to get to that point.
Absolutely.
So obviously those guys are gone, and we talked about this is going to be a potential problem for us. Is that the D line room is going to be going, and we kind of reshape it. Charles Omenihu still a free agent. Don't know what's going on with that. Seen a lot of deleted tweets. Don't know what's going on with that. Mike Pennell, Chris Jones's boy, a guy that he wanted back a couple of years ago. He's gone, unsigned, still free agent. Don't know what's going on with him. He could come back for his third stint. Don't know. But then the Chiefs signed today, made it official today. Jerry Tillery, late first-round pick in 2019. For his career, Tillery has appeared in 96 games with 12.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles. Played with the Chargers, played with the Raiders, and this past season played with the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to obviously review his tape later on, as I mentioned. But JD, what are your thoughts on the Tillery addition, especially for a DT room that really doesn't have a lot of pieces in it right now? And we know it's unfinished. We have the draft coming up here, and that's where it'll be you put the bow on it. But right now, adding that piece to the D line room, what does he bring that we didn't really kind of have before?
I think he brings a lot of length, lots of size, a lot of explosion. He has very violent hands. That's what I like about him. Comes off the daggone football, and that's what I like. So, especially at a defensive tackle, man, he seems like he's relentless. We'll go through the film, kind of show what he gives, and that's the guy you need. He does a great job of kind of locking out, gets busy with his hands, trying to work, the guards and the tackles and whatnot, and trying to get in there. But I think what he'll bring is just some of that new blood, And when you're working with somebody like Chris Jones, you're going to learn a whole lot. That's another thing. With the amount of time he's been in the league, he's going to get here, and he's going to see some things that he hadn't seen from other guys. He's coming to a organization that are champions, that are winners. And so I think for him and the Chiefs, everybody just needs a kind of like he needs a new place. It's a good place for him. I can't think of any better place in the NFL to go. Really. as a player, especially at his position at defensive tackle, when they need you to come in and come play. Man, that means he's going to get playing time immediately. So I think for that in itself, that's what he's going to bring here, man. That's what he's going to bring here. Once we watched him a little bit on film, you'll see what he'll be able to show. So I hope we just go ahead and release him, let him go. Let him just go get it, because that looks like his forte. That's what he likes to do. We're going to talk about getting some of these young bloods up here too, Marcus, especially in the draft. But he'll fit right in. He'll fit right in with our scheme of what we're asking him to do. But I think he's the right guy. He's definitely the right guy to get in the room.
He's also, it's a 1-year deal, so, take it for what it's worth here. I mean, I don't know if it's a future deal or not, but he's only 28 years old, so still young. Provides a lot of juice. And again, you talk about he's playing with Chris Jones now, right? It's a different kind of guy, but he's played with Max Crosby. I mean, there's different things he can, bring to the table from other guys he's played with. Because if you look, with the Chargers, playing with Bosa, played with Crosby. So he's just played with a lot of different dudes, and he can kind of bring a lot to the defensive line in general. Because, I mean, he's pretty versatile. We do like the versatile guys. He could be a little bit of outside, a little bit of inside. So I do like that he kind of brings some versatility to the D-line room, especially right now when kind of bare. The cupboard's pretty bare, the D-line room right now.
It's bare, man. But, it's bare for a reason. It's bare for a reason. I'm looking for us to probably get a couple of defensive tackles in the draft. That's my thought. And I tell you what, if I had my druthers, I would absolutely go that route. I almost think you have to. Really. I mean, Chris Jones is here, and, Chris is a little older, but whatever. But you need some young bloods in here to come in and give him a break and let him just go out there and just, kill it. So it'd be good to have a great rotation, especially at the D line. But to inject a lot of energy into our defense, this will help out tremendously. And we've been asking for this, Marcus. We have been asking for that. And we've loved Turk. We love Nandi for the things that they've done. Now we'll see what the direction the Chiefs going to go. We'll see what's going to happen. So.
Yeah, and we do these mock drafts. Obviously, we've talked about it, and I will say, blessing in disguise that we didn't pursue DT earlier on, JD, because I think we'd be kind of mad because we see this draft like, dang, we should have waited for this draft to get those DTs. And I think in this draft, like you said, we talked about on our draft show on Monday, 2 DTs and an edge rusher. I would love if we went that route in this draft, because if you guys done any mocks, you guys go through the mock draft. And as you go through each position group, we're wait, I'm in round 3 or round 4 right now, and I'm seeing all this value at the D tackle spot. I might as well go get one of these guys because, why not? Exactly.
Mm-hmm. There's another one. I said round 4, but this is what we're looking for, the verse, 3 rounds. 3 defensive player. I'd love to have it. If we don't go for this guy and he's there, he's not there, right? This is the contingency player. Now, here we go. Okay, pass rushers and stuffers. That's what we talked about, okay? We're talking about getting after the quarterback here, folks, is what this is. Getting after the quarterback. So I agree with you 1,000%. I think you need to do that. Why not? Why not? Look, I look at it like this. Teams have been doing everything possible to bring people in to stop Patrick Mahomes. The Broncos start getting their pass rush together. Chargers, all they've been doing, they try to get their pass rush together. All of these things they've been trying to do is to stop PM15. Try to put him under duress, create some type of issue for him. Then, we'll see how everything falls. We seen it in the Super Bowl. We got to keep going back to that. Pass rush was deadly. Through our timing off, through the coaches, pass calling, all of that was play calling was off based off of it. Same thing up there at Buffalo. Buffalo started getting the pass rush, all these different ones. Why? Because they needed to stop PM15. So for me, Marcus, this is us giving everybody their own medicine. Let's go get us a couple of guys. How about it? Add on to the room what we got. All right? Go get us a couple of dogs and let them go hunt. Go eat. What do you say?
Yeah, people want a youth movement, and we did the youth movement a couple of years ago in the secondary. It seems like now it's time for the youth movement in the D-line, and that's what, not really bringing in that many D-linemen. And we decided just before the show, Marlon Tupelotu, the dude, the 6th round from the Eagles, who was on our roster last year.
Yeah, last year, yeah.
I mean, depth piece, but that's, again, I mean, we both feel the same way, and V changed it at the combine, that they love what they see in the trenches in this draft on the D-line. And when you're not signing when you're letting a lot of D linemen go, you're not really bringing back the ones that match that.
Mm-hmm.
That means they're gonna have fun with this draft, and especially when you need a lot of D tackles, D ends, specifically D tackles. I mean, we're gonna come away with 2 in this draft. I don't know how it's gonna be, what round it's gonna be. But we are gonna come away with at least 2 in this draft, and I'm so excited for it.
At least 2.
At least.
If we don't, man, I'll be highly disappointed.
Yes,
highly disappointed. Like, what the heck are we doing? Unless still thinking about getting a Menahu back or one of those guys. A Menahu will be the other guy.
Yeah.
Really, to work, like to have and say, okay, we're gonna let's say we get one in the draft. A Menahu had to be that dude. And I know Menahu's looking for a longer term deal, as he's supposed to, right? So
I mean, I love for us to get 2D tackles, and they don't get drafted an edge, then go sign a Menahu. I mean, I want beef up front next to Chris Jones. I know a Menahu can play inside outside, but no, draft 2D tackles and sign a Menahu and put him at edge, keep him at edge. You have enough D tackles to kind of rotate in there. By all means, do that. Because that would be ideal. You go to 2D tackles, you don't have to draft an edge rusher. You just go sign a Menahu who's already been an edge rusher there. And hopefully year 3 FAU pans out, and hopefully contract year George Karlaftis, does his thing. So, Yeah,
we'll see. That's why I had to go look at the numbers on Tillery, because Tillery looked like a big guy, man. That joke is 6'6". He's my height.
Is he 6'6"?
6'6", 295. He looks every bit of it, man.
Man.
He looks like a monster out there. I'm like, man, this dude is big.
He's quick, too.
He is. I was like, shoot, this something put together. So,
yeah,
that's a good sign for us.
I was happy. Like, I obviously, nostalgic-wise, we talked about the McCall Hardman stuff, but, like, nostalgia-wise, Nadi's been on the team for a long time. Now, production-wise, wasn't there, but he's been a guy who's been on the team for a while, so you hate to see that go. But, like, when it comes to production-wise, I want someone who's actually going to produce. I know he was injured this past year, but overall, if you looked at his years, it's kind of gone like this in the wrong trajectory. And so at this point, it's like, it's good to let him go, let him take his wisdom to the Jets, an organization that needs guys like him, vets and winners. You go get the young guys, you go get the young bucks, you get these young, hungry dudes, and this is the draft to do it. So in a way, it's one of those things like, sorry, it's tough to see him go, but I'm happy of what's possibly to come from this.
So I tell you what, man, and I think he did a good job for what we asked him to do. He did. Like you said, last year, obviously, his numbers were down. And so I'll say this, because I've been watching our defense, especially that defensive tackle that's off from Chris Jones, right? Whether he plays a shade or if he's right there, the 3 technique or 2, whatever he is, he's a read guy, pretty much. So he's reading. He's got to have 2, read to shed, make sure you cause a disruption. And it was kind of unfortunate, man. Last year, he just, like you said, he got hurt the year before. And it just, it just, when you thought he was going to come back and he's going to play, Turk provided that for us. Turk provided that. And guess what? Hey, they paid him. They paid him for their performance. That's what it takes, Marcus. This is a performance-based business, pure and simple. And I know, the business part of it is, hey, look, we appreciate you. We love you. We enjoy your service, all you're giving, but we got to be able to move on. That's how the NFL works. They say not for long. They talking about it like that. If you don't produce, you don't do what you need to do, they don't see enough out of you. Hey, man, they'll pat you right on the back and send you right on out the door. Seen it too many times. Shoot. So
I know John Marshall says we're losing all our dreadheads. Noddy, Reed, Hopkins gone, and then Wichita Hall brings up the point that Worthy and Hollywood cut theirs off. They cut their dreads off. So yeah, go for a new look this year. I don't know. It was a memo in the clubhouse, maybe. I don't know.
Look, man, new beginnings. They're the lock monsters.
Yep.
The Loch Ness monsters.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though. But Tillery provides a little bit different than with Pennell and Turk Ward and these guys, because we'll go to the film, but it's very different from what we're used to as far as in the D tackle room.
Oh yeah. Albert Brown said, opinion question: what player the Chiefs have signed during the free agency will not make the 53-man or practice squad roster?
We know what Tasia would say here.
How not? You know what? I don't think Tasia would say that. I don't know. I think Marcus, the last couple of days, we have convinced him maybe of otherwise. Well, at least that's what the movie he's been moving.
Yeah, he saw a backlash he was getting in the chat. He had to go away from it.
It's like, hey, there, okay, take it easy a little bit. Yeah. That's a good question. That's a good question.
I think I go Eli Mitchell. I think we all agree that we are going to draft a running back, and I think we do agree that there is the cream hunt brings some juice that now the other guys bring in this team. So I think he's definitely going to stay on, even though he's making a little bit less than Eli Mitchell. But Eli was up to $3.5 million. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get the $3.5 million. So I think he would be the odd man out of the four backs, and I think they would let him go allow him to go seek a new home when training camp is over. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, considering his injury history.
That too.
Good question. That's a very good question. I don't know. I'm Brown, a little early for that. A little early.
Yeah, it is early. We need to see if things play out.
Yeah, man. We got to see what guys have.
There he is.
See, I knew it, Tage. I know you wouldn't say it. I know you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say him. Yeah,
we talked you down, buddy. We talked you down.
Yeah.
Ooh, Optimistic James says Minshew. So who would the quarterback be here? A lot of Quan?
They gotta keep the stash. Stash should be here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You need a guy that has played before. Stash fits right in with Kansas City. He fits right in with what we do.
Well, and 100%, if you look at all of our backups, they've all been guys who are veteran stars around the league. We don't want to go with a young guy who's not proven, because if Mahomes goes down, they want to have a veteran who started before, and then Andy can, help the rest. They want a guy who's been there before.
That's right. Yeah. So Minshew's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They brought him in specifically for Pat had gotten hurt. We need for you to carry some games until he got back.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to do that too.
Yeah, he's shown he can do that. A lot of Jags fans actually liked him better than Trevor Lawrence when they got rid of him a couple years ago. So, well, why'd you point behind you?
He's out of here. I was just saying that. He's out of here. Like, he's gone.
I thought you pointed the board. I thought you had a quarterback on the board.
No. I hadn't even been looking at no quarterbacks, to be honest with you. First ones and stuff like that. I think everybody's asking too where Shador's going to go. Been a lot of questions.
A lot of questions on that.
Mm-hmm. True. Some people even got him going second round.
I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him fall and stuff like. Okay, apparently the rumors and reports are that he was very arrogant during his interviews, and a lot of teams didn't like that. But of course,
whose son is he? I mean, come on,
right?
Man. Yeah,
right.
Where you think you learned it from, right?
Yeah. But again, it could be teams, feeding that to, the draft experts to try to, lower his value so they can get him maybe mid-teens or whatever within the draft. On the Minshew topic, we got, who do you think is better, Minshew or Bailey Zappi, JD?
Man, that's a good question. Bailey Zappi's he's a talented guy. He's talented. I think Minshew locks in, man. He does a pretty good job. But Bailey Zappi he's very talented. I like Bailey Zappi. When he came out and watched him play, I was like, man, this dude is pretty good. So,
yeah, I think I would go Minshew before I go Zappi.
Yeah.
Especially God forbid anything were to happen to Pat, but for a prolonged season, I would 100% take Minshew. If we want to have a shot at the playoffs, I think Minshew would be the guy I'd want. But again, it would be tough without Mahomes. So, all right. So, JD, another guy that we brought back before we get to the film review is JuJu Smith-Schuster. So the Chiefs were signing him to a 1-year deal. The veteran returns for his third stint. Signed with us, goes to New England, comes back last year, then comes back this year again. I thought this was interesting, right? So Ravens didn't have to break the bank on DeAndre Hopkins. They signed him to a 1-year deal up to $6 million. I don't think they released how much JuJu signed for, but I can't imagine it was much less or much more than what he signed for last year when he came over from New England, because he's still getting that money from New England, so he's set. What do you make of them essentially choosing JuJu over D-Hop? We're talking about a matter of maybe $2 million here. Are you surprised by that?
Not really. I think just for the simple fact that JuJu was a little bit younger. He's been in the system. What he does, he brings something that other wide receivers don't really do. And that's blocking. He does a great job of blocking. He knows how to get open. Doesn't really have the same, speed as he used to, but he knows how to get things done. And I think his personality kind of fits in here too. We would have loved to have a D-Hop, but I guess 2 other guys on the roster, I think they were just like, man, we got to either choose one of these guys, what it's going to be. And so, love having D-Hop. We should have had D-Hop here 3 or 4 years, easy, Marcus. 3 or 4 years ago, should have had D-Hop. Shouldn't have had to go all those other places to go win a championship. Now he's going up there with the Ravens, and it's going to elude him again. So, but JuJu, without a doubt, man, he's got some of those things that, like I said, old school guys bring. That's what he does. Good personality, works extremely hard, does everything right. I don't think you ever had to get on JuJu about anything. Not saying that they was getting on DeAndre Hopkins, but JuJu seems like a guy that comes in, does his work, and that's all you need. You need a guy like that's consistent. He catches the football well. He started getting some balls toward the end. So, I like JuJu. It's a good signing for us.
Do you think that so we talked about Tyler Lockett here last week or 2 weeks ago. Do you think that kind of takes us out of the running for getting another veteran receiver? You think we're done with veteran receivers, or you think there's still a shot we could go get another veteran receiver?
I think there's a shot we can still get another veteran receiver. I seen on Twitter, and you probably seen it too, showing Sky Moore working out. So he might come back and try to give us something. Be good if he did. It'd be good if he did, right? I know a lot of people are down on him. I know they probably don't want to hear his name, but I'm always going to mention it because I am rooting for this guy. I'm rooting for him. And I hope he does a good job making it. I hope he does. But I don't think we're out of the running for maybe getting another veteran guy here. I think competition is good. It's got to be the right fit. Tyler Lockett would be ideal for us. A guy that still produces, still runs great routes, still got the speed and the quickness. Maybe not as what he used to be, but I mean, he's not what used to be to now. He's still faster than a lot of other guys that's out there in the league. And so his craftiness as well, getting open, catching the football, be a great target for Patrick, teaching guys how to do it, run routes and all those different things. So he's a technician. He's a technician. Love to have him. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see.
You think it might be one of those situations we talked about before? It's more of like a, the draft comes, and after the draft is where, teams will go to those veteran guys who are still out there, and that's kind of where they fill the voids that they have.
Oh, yeah. And especially if he's sitting over here, he's like, you know what, I'm going to take some time. Take a little time to kind of figure this thing out. He don't have to be anywhere anytime soon. So I think for him, he's gonna let it all play out. He's got the time doing that. I'm sure teams have reached out too. So it takes some time. The guy makes a decision like this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm happy at the very worst case, you have JuJu, and obviously I know he's had his injury concerns and whatnot, but at least you have that veteran in the room, and he won't be relied upon that much. You got Rice, you got Worth, you got Hollywood, so you have those three. So you're set. You're not going to be going to JuJu all year long like we kind of had to for a little bit last year, and then he got hurt. People are asking about the receivers. They're free agents still. There's a lot of good veterans out there, and we were getting asked about Keenan Allen. But Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Robert Woods, Josh Reynolds, Nelson Aguilar, DJ Shark, Tyler Boyd are all free agents currently. So a lot of good names out there still.
Good names, man. A lot of good names. A lot of older guys. Like you said, they're older guys.
Yep.
But all those names can produce. They could get you something. They could bring you some better than others for sure.
What do you think about Keenan Allen? I've seen a lot of people in the chat saying Keenan Allen. What do you think about his fit with us?
I think if you utilize it. Joker's hamstrings is like
Jello.
Yeah. So I can walk in the building. Boom! Oh, yeah. Come to the side. No, I ain't gonna make fun of Keenan Allen like that. But Joker can play some ball, man. I love to use him. If we could.
Yeah. Keenan Allen, if you watch those Bears games last year, dude, may not be the fastest guy in the world, but man, he can run some routes and he gets open just pure off of his route running. I mean, he sells them like nobody's business. I have him in fantasy too. He was great. He was great. Like a solid 8 to like 16 every week. That's what you're getting from him.
Yeah.
And also him and Kelsey in the middle of the field together. Ooh, rub route action.
Yeah. That Joker's hamstring made like paper mache though. He was sitting ripping. Oh, watch that dog get up over here, man. Hey, get it. How you? No, listen. Hey, no, we would love to have it. We know he's missed some time because of his hamstring injuries. But when he's out on the field, man, he's a problem. He is a problem.
Yeah, I will say from a durability aspect, I wouldn't want Keenan Allen because we just talked about JuJu. JuJu just have his own issues as well, as far as injury wise. And I would Tyler Lockett that we talked about last week. Talk about a guy who's durable as heck. That's a guy who's durable. And we would be asking him to be a number 2 or number 3. We'd be asking him to be a number 4 receiver for us. So I think that would be the guy I would want. Obviously, we talk about the connections, but as far as durability wise, at that kind of position that we're going to be having him, I want a durable guy because I don't want to have to, imagine how we spring him in, then he gets hurt, Keenan Allen gets hurt, and JuJu gets hurt. It's like we never brought in any receivers at that point if that were to happen.
But even like a Keenan Allen that's healthy, dangerous.
Oh, for sure.
Dangerous. That's the only thing, man. We just got to make sure we bring a sucker on, some pillows. You gotta sit in here, man. Just we don't need you to run at all till the season. Okay. Allen is Doctor's best friend.
Del Monte Green means Allen used to hate the Chiefs, didn't he? I mean, yeah, he made comments about the Chiefs. That's the AFC West thing. But if you look, he has made like a really nice comments about playing with Patrick Mahomes too. About Mahomes. Mahomes is different with eyes emojis. I mean, so the guy's saying that he wouldn't mind playing with Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nah, he'll love it.
We got a question here from 3 Delta. What's up, 3 Delta? That's a new name. I have not seen that name before. Appreciate the contribution here. What do you guys think about the proposed rule changes? Yeah, JD. So you have the 2 different rules. Obviously, you have the tush push. Green Bay wants that gone, wants that out of the game. So there's the tush push element, and then the other proposed rule change was teams that win their division shouldn't get the home field in the playoffs over wild card teams that have a better record than those teams in divisions. So pretty much how record kind of shapes the playoffs. Yes. What do you think about those 2 rule changes? Those are the big ones that come out to me.
So he's saying the team that wins the division shouldn't have home field advantage over the team has
a better record.
Yeah.
So if you're a team that's in a really good division and you're a 10-7 record, but one team it's like the NFC South that barely wins, like it goes 9-8, and they get the home field, that essentially would kind of it would reseed everything.
I don't know about that. I mean, you could use that argument, but then also you have to look at the difficulty of schedule. Let's just say you're in a what's a more difficult division, and that 10-7 didn't come easy. You got some tough teams, right? I mean, you're thinking up here, right? NFC North is a huge division. Ours, the AFC West is critical place to play. And so if you're playing in a more of a fluffy division that you should win, I don't know. Because it's like, okay, well then you've got that, but you haven't played as hard the games as we played. You had a cupcake schedule, so I think winning your division needs still means something. It does. It means you won the division.
Yeah, and you get a locked playoff spot. However, you aren't getting the home field in the playoffs.
You may not get the home field. You may not, right? You may not. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll let them work it out.
Okay, and then on the tush push side of things, where do you stand on that?
For me, I think you should stop them. I don't believe in because one team is better than you and what they do, or people having a difficulty in it. I don't see any problem with it. You just had to figure it out. So that's how I feel. Look at it as a challenge. That's what you should do. Try to figure it out. You're going to play the Eagles, trying to figure it out. Because even though they utilize that play, get some first downs and maybe touchdowns and stuff like that, you have 60 minutes to do everything else to stop them. Okay? You should try to, whatever it is, to make sure they don't get in that situation. But I don't know. I think they had to do a much better job as far as the referees to make sure nobody's jumping off sides and nobody's. I mean, that's one thing you had to do. But yeah, I don't like that part of it. Is they are much better than us, getting first downs because they're doing the tush push. Well, stop them. You can do the tush push. Use it at practice. Okay, your own version of it. So that's how I feel.
And then at Lions, I'm seeing Witchy, I believe, said that the Lions proposed an overtime rule change, which I'm not seeing that. Pretty much using the playoff rule, overtime rules in the regular season. So if a team scores a touchdown first, the other team gets a shot to score as well. I'm not seeing that one, but I am seeing that Lions did propose. Is an interesting one to eliminate automatic first downs on illegal contact and defensive holding penalties. Currently, these 5-yard infractions carry a stipulation that the offense can be awarded an automatic first down. This can prove costly in third and long situations despite relatively minor infraction. What do you think about that? I think that's going a little too far.
It is, man. I mean, daggone. There's a lot of rules that people ain't gonna like, but that's hey, you got to play within the boundaries of the rules. Unless you have a majority of people saying this and whatnot, I wouldn't even entertain it. It's like the tush push. How many people are screaming about that? Guys are talking about it. Is this something that is possibly hurting guys, right? Chris Jones hurt his neck. Jason Kessler was talking about he was at the bottom of a pile. He was getting wrecked being up underneath there.
Jones hurt his neck in the Super Bowl trying to stop, and he talked about before the game about having to stop that. He said he hates the tush push.
Yeah, you just don't put your neck down there. Just try not to. I mean, it is football.
It's true.
You hurt your neck anytime like that. So if I do like that, what somebody was saying, well, if you're going to change anything, make it where you can't have two guys push the quarterback, in the back.
Yeah.
Now that I do maybe say, okay, that might be a little concern because when you do that, you're driving guys even more. So maybe you can have one guy push you, especially in that one, possibly. But other than that, man, because you got several guys like in the end when guys are running trying to get in the end zone, they pal, and everybody pushes the pal. It's almost the same concept. But they know immediately, like when he snaps the football, 2 or 3 guys are pushing Jalen Hurts forward.
Yeah, I guess that's the tush push aspect of it, right? The 2 guys pushing the tush. Yeah. The OT rule change. So looking at it now, so the proposal would extend regular season overtimes from 10 minutes to 15 minutes, and the game would not end if the team that got the ball first scored a touchdown. League executive Troy Vincent said last month that changes were needed to overtime rules to decrease the advantage of winning the coin toss. I'm all for it. I mean, I love the way college does their overtime, so I would love the NFL kind of showing that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. So a couple of Kentucky boys in this draft, JD, got any opinions on Max, Deion, or anyone else from the state? Man, they got linebacker too. Is pretty good. Wouldn't mind getting him here as well. Can't think of his name, but he does a pretty good job. He's pretty solid at linebacks. Max, I thought about him, man. If you could have him, shoot, corner, that sucker's fast, athletic, be good. Deion, I was very high on. This year, he didn't really show as much. Dumas Johnson, that's it. Thank you, Kareem. But Deion is one heck of a player. If somebody tells him, like, look, man, this ain't college no more. You can't not show up on games. His junior year, he was unstoppable. He was a first-round pick. I think everybody had him like this dude right here could come out. He could have probably came out his junior year, decided to stick it out. And I think this year he was lackadaisical a little bit. Kind of turned some people off. And so he wasn't as dominant. But he's a big man. He's a big man on the inside. Could wreck shop. You make that sucker mad, you might as well forget it.
And what do you think about Jaden Higgins? Iowa State receiver, however, spent his first 2 years at none other than the EKU, baby. And then he transferred to Iowa State, and now he's, top 4-round guy now. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, EKU guy gonna go in this draft, JD.
Yeah, I don't know who they got. I don't know if somebody in there.
Higgins was a 2-star prospect when he committed to Eastern Kentucky. After 2 good seasons to start his career, he hit the transfer portal and found his way to Iowa State, where he has been incredible.
Okay.
So, I saw that story. I was like, ooh, EKU, okay.
All right.
So we root for Jaden Higgins. Hopefully he comes to Kansas City. And we like our EKU guys.
All day. All day, baby. It's a matter of pride. That's what our motto is. It is a matter of pride.
Gotta love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so a non-NFL topic. We'll touch on this for a second. I know I'm off talking about why people treat Shadur one way and Bronny another. A little different, right? Because Shadur actually, displayed his why he should be a first-round pick in college, whereas Bronny was kind of pressured to be drafted by his dad. And I think it's a little different, right? I think the situations are 2 different situations. Both have obviously awesome, badass dads, athletic fathers, but a little different situations here.
Yeah, I think Bronny gets a lot of bad press. I do. It's hard to be, some people say the GOAT, LeBron James. I'm a huge fan of LeBron James. It's hard to be his son. I'm sure Shadur too. And I think it's because basketball is so much different from football. Shadur, the quarterback, has shown, like you said, over and over again that he deserves to be in the NFL. And I'm not saying that Bronny. I think why it's looked that way, optimistic James, is because he's denied going other places to do it. The only one else he said was he was going to go to the Suns. Other than that, he didn't give nobody else a chance. Everybody got into the G-League.
It was the Suns at first, and then on draft day, during the second round of the draft, it was made known that he was not going to go to any team besides the Lakers. So I mean, and then also 2 months before the draft, you have LeBron tweeting that Bronny would be better than half the guys in the league, and it's like, okay, well, that's true. Then we're not seeing that.
Well, here's the thing, and I think after he had that heart incident, it hurt him. I think it hurt him tremendously. I think it was going to take another year for him to get better, get right, get all those different things. And he kind of came into the draft, and it happened so fast. And it's just it's a bad look because it looks like LeBron's the one that's just driving. He's driving the vehicle for this thing, really. And that's why I wonder, as far as what Dion is saying behind closed doors, who's he talking to, general managers and whatnot. But, in the NFL, they'll take a little bit of what Dion, but they're going to make their decision who they want, period, based off of talent. They don't have to go talk to, JJ Redick, on those things, get a guy on and you get a job. And this has got to be the content, as far as in the package. I think that's why. But I do believe, because of that, you're going to have a lot of criticism going Bronny's way, even Shador's. I even question this. I even said this. I watched Shador in college. I don't think Shador should be the first quarterback taken. I don't. A lot of people do. I'm like, hey, man, I watched him. I don't think he should be. But I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't think he looks as crisp like that. Does he have the mindset? Sure. The cockiness, the arrogance, absolutely. He displays that all the time. He backs some of that up. He does. But is he going to be a franchise guy? I don't know. Only time will tell. I don't think he's been as talented as some of the guys we've seen in the last couple of years come out. Would you say that Shador is as good as, let me think, Jaden Daniels? No.
No,
right?
not at all.
A Stroud? No. So that's why I'm sitting there saying, these guys and people even questioning, not Daniels, but I see somebody questioning if Stroud is what's the name of it? Game changer. If he's your quarterback of the future, yeah, he is. I don't see Houston going about anybody else except Stroud. And so when he's sitting there and you start talking about that, and I'm starting looking at the talent that the guys have got in, I just don't see Shador on that level. I don't. I get it. Everybody's friends with Dion. Everybody's going to try to say the right things. Everybody's going to politic for him and whatnot. Shador still got to show it to me, man. He's got to show it to me. Because right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not that impressed. I don't think he's gonna turn it on like everybody thinks he's gonna fire it up. So,
yeah, I think he's definitely not the number one quarterback in this draft is Cam Ward by 100 miles. I mean, oh, that's a good question. Baker or Sanders, JD? I think we might get a Baker answer here for the first time ever.
Baker now and Sanders. Baker now, no doubt. Baker now. Shador is a system guy. I believe that. That's what I believe too.
Well, so Shador had a really bad offensive line in college for the last 2 years, and he's still able to put up pretty good numbers with the bad offensive line he did have. So I will say that.
Yeah, Cream is silly. Rub the tongue, wow, and hot too.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
I think we jumped the shark in the other chat, guys.
Well.
There you go. Demetrius Spence, Baker wins playoff games. Hey, there you go. And Baker took his Oklahoma team to the playoffs.
Well,
it's also Oklahoma. I'm not going to compare Oklahoma's recruits to Colorado, but
yeah, this is a bad QB draft, no question.
Horrible.
Agree with you.
Horrible.
Yeah. So,
but I do think there's going to be some guys who are taking the day 2, day 3 who end up becoming solid backups, maybe some starters here and there. But yeah, top end talent, it's Cam Ward, and then it's pretty much kind of a lotto after that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, JD, you ready for film review? Jaylon Moore time?
Yeah, Kareem's silly. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get it.
All right, so tonight we're going to go over Jaylon Moore, Tillery, and Kristian Fulton, or Jaylon Moore, Kristian Fulton, and Jerry Tillery's game tape tonight, as we promised you guys on Monday. So I hope you guys enjoy the film review with our guy. All righty. Let's begin, JD.
So let's okay. So let me. So I'll start off with this. All right, about Jaylon Moore. I kind of watched him. Over 2023. Some of the games. Actually, this is the 2023 games that he was in to 2024. Kind of where he graded out the teams that he played, what he looked like, and what he's going to bring here. So I'll tell you a few things that, to me, that I was impressed by. I do believe he has some tenacity about him. I think he has some pretty decent hands. I think he's learned a lot from Trent Williams being in front of him. Comes off the football. He's not a bad left tackle. At times he does tend to open the door a little bit on his set, especially on pass rushers, which is, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's typical, but that is something that guys have to work on, of just being stout. So he does a good job being stout. He got a great punch. He's getting his hands out there. He doesn't let people get into his body too much, which is good, because then he can kind of control guys in the arms and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. So he does have it about him. He'll bend his knees. He'll bend his hips. For a guy, his height, I think he's like 6'4", 6'5". He does a pretty decent job. So some of my concerns, what I did see, like I said, for one, to kind of open up the door, somewhat of it. Two, and I think this is going to help out, is him being able to start and play all year. Okay. He's got to go a full season, and he hasn't done anything like that. And the last 2 years kind of shows. It's a couple of games I watched him there. I watched the first half of him, and then I watched the second half, and I wanted to see what his endurance looked like. And that's something he's going to have to work on. He's going to have to work on his endurance. There was a few things, and I think part of that was him being tired, is making some calls, making sure everybody, like, he knows where he's going up to, communicating with his guard. And so he's going to be there with the young one in King Suma, and they got to be on the same page. That's one thing you had to necessarily be on the same page. But that's the thing about it, and that's going to turn into consistency. We need consistency out of him. If he's able to do that, be consistent, continue to have determination to get the job done, and I think Andy works on his, some of the things, like I said, getting to the outside and keeping his hands, engaged with guys, making sure the speed rusher don't go and push him back. Gets a little high sometimes. Guys do push him. He'll be fine. I think it's a solid left tackle, though, for us. And we'll see. Like I said, this is going to be his first time starting a full season against some of these guys. And that's one thing we got to keep our eyes on. So we'll look and see what we got here with him. Okay. So number 76. So as you see here, like, and I don't know if it was just maybe some of the communication, but he does a lot of this coming from 2-point stands. He does 2-point stands on blocking too. I rarely seen him go to the 3 as much. And sometimes you can do this to try to throw out the defense because you make them think it's a pass rush or they're pass rushing, and you just come off the daggone football. He steps with a lot of power. Does a good job. Sometimes when he steps to try to capture the outside, when he like outside zone, he needs to open up a little bit more and get his head on the side that he's trying to block to. And so sometimes he's gotten caught that way. This is another thing too. Go back to that. Little things I look at is, when the ball's in the air, you're hustling down the field. Clean up somebody who's trying to tackle your guy. And that's probably him trying to conserve his energy, doing some of this, but I really didn't see a lot of, and that's when I just went, when you're talking about tackles, making sure you might be helping down the field just in case. Just little things. Certain guys have things like that to them, so other guys, not necessarily. So here we go. Outside zone. So on this one, I wondered, as far as if you see it, capture, that's a pretty good block right there. Step it out, turns him, got his arm, works to get to the outside. It's a good job on the block. Now, when a guy's like this, kind of closer to him, which you would almost call this almost like a 7. He's able to get out there to him. Wide 9 is a little harder. It's harder for any tackle to try to get off there wide to reach him. Somebody's got to flip his hip, just take him out there. That's a good job right there, driving. Got to keep going on the drive. Sometimes he kind of gave up, like I've seen a few plays. He might let a guy fall off and make a tackle toward the end. This is good right here, man. Just, same thing, getting your head, getting right there engaged in it. Captures it, does a good job. Once he gets his hands on you, he'll fight. That's what I love about it. He once he gets his hands on it, he will fight you. He's a physical guy. That's one thing I love about this too. In the run game, he will get physical. So I do like that a lot. So does it me as the play look like he's the last one to react? I don't know. It's hard to tell. But it might be just the defender getting his hands off. It's a tough block, but he's coming down. It's a good step with power. Boom. There you go. It's good. Here's the one I'm talking about right here, just capturing on the outside. Like he tried to reach this, but he kind of just gave up. Until we get enough. There it is. So you got to work to the outside even more. Same thing here. If the defender's not coming, there's no reason to give up any type of ground right here. He should stall him right here. He's allowed to, you just kind of walk him back. Okay. Same thing we're talking about, trying to capture that edge, outside zone. So yeah, there was a couple of things like I guess in the blocking scheme. I don't know if the communication was just off. It just didn't look like They didn't communicate enough. So watch how he kind of opens up the door right here. Good kick step, getting back good. But that right there, that little bit that he's pushing and opening up the door is what you want to try to eliminate as much as possible. He's just kind of trying to keep his shoulders kind of square to the line of scrimmage, at least in a 45. At least in a 45. Another thing I'm watching, like on his grass, how far is the guy pushing him back? Is he giving up anything as far as ground-wise toward the quarterback? Does the quarterback stay where he's supposed to when he's setting up? He does a pretty good job. But those like pushing him back, getting off at the end, he does a good job as far as getting at his. But see, like hands are late on that one. Hands are late. It's another thing too. Sometimes as a tackle, he'll have his arms down on his thighs, especially in the pass protection. That slows you down. Just that half of a second, half tick, could be where you lose in pass protection. You got your hands ready as a boxer. You want them up a little bit higher. So if he have his hands on his thighs, it helps out tremendously as far as with his punch, as opposed to having it down on his thighs. Go ahead. Let me see. Let's play like this. Another thing he does is these little things that you could just. He shouldn't turn that way. When you go into the other side, this is almost like a scoop block or backside zone. If anything, you can't get up. If you can't give enough of like they say, a chicken wing or something like that, you give them like a hand. If not, just punch and then go. That way you're able to keep your eyes on the guys that you're going up to. There's a couple of times you don't really keep his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. But those are things you can work on. That's coaching. That's coaching. So it's not bad. He just turns his head. He's got to just stay on top of it.
Would you say San Francisco does a better job of setting up their plays than we do? I mean, because they're kind of, they run the ball a lot more than we do, and that's no surprise there. And obviously, Chiefs know that before signing this guy. But I feel like there's a little more balance and a more variety within the San Francisco offense versus what we do. I mean, how hard is that to kind of, as a tackle? I mean, if you're used to more of a balance to play style, and then you come here and you're throwing the ball 50 times a game. I mean, are you worried about that aspect with him?
Well, for us when we throwing the ball, it's going to be off his conditioning. Conditioning is going to be a little bit different. And so if you're kick stepping the majority of your time, you get used to kind of playing on your heels. Those are we talking about, like getting your punch and being stout. But as far as you could call things differently. It's still going to be the same. Zone to zone, man blocking scheme is still going to be the same. You still have same rules on a lot of your stuff that you do, regardless if they set it up or not. Like a tackle, guard, center, whoever it is that's blocking tight end, as far as what linebacker you're working toward. Okay, you should know any count in the box, who you're blocking, and that's going to determine your technique and what technique you need to utilize to win. So that's really in your head. It's all technique driven, pretty much. I mean, once you know that once you read the defense, make the calls that you need to make, everything now is how technically sound are you? It really is. That's what it boils down to. So you don't really change up, what you do, technique. And like everything, that's why we constantly go over footwork, hand and hat placement all the time. Foot, hand, and hat placement every single day, 100 times a day, because that's what you need. You need consistency to win. Your technique, the guys are so good, technique's going to win over certain things. And if you are athletic, then it helps you out even more. So for him, he does a good job, technique wise. I've seen games. And mind you, Marcus, we got to realize this is a small sample size of this guy playing.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like he hasn't played a whole ton of football. If I'm sitting over here and I'm looking, so here we are in when he played 2023. At times he had, only 3 games that he really played in: Minnesota, Cincinnati, and Jacksonville. Okay. 2024 is where he had probably most of his work. And that was Green Bay, Buffalo, Chicago, LA, and Miami. Miami, he didn't grade out that well. The 2 he graded out good against, it was Buffalo and Chicago. Buffalo has a great defense. He graded out 76. Green Bay, he graded out pretty decent, 81. And then you look at the other games, where he only had 12 snaps, he had 45. Run block was 46. Miami game, he only 53, 57. So for me, it's all about consistency with this guy. When Jaylon, it is going to be consistency. It's things that they can work on. He has a lot of upside. He does, because he shows flashes of a good player, like a solid tackle. Definitely, better than the young guys that we've had in there. My thing is, because it is a small sample size, we got to know what we're going to get long term. So,
yeah. Yeah, no, I still something that stands out to me is like what I think about, and I think Optimistic James kind of goes over it a little bit, is like this, for example, this play. It's like Pat 1, 2, 3. Pat's getting that thing out a lot longer than that, or he's even going. His drop's going to be even further back than that, and I feel like Pat's drops further than that. Verse is going to go get him, and I feel like that's a problem we've been kind of having with our left tackles.
That right there, what you're seeing, that's only about five yards back, 4.5, and he's engaging him. This is what I'm saying. He can't open the door. That once he opens the door, his punch has got to be violent. It has to be. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously Purdy and Mahomes are very different types of quarterbacks. So it's like, Pat's dropping back, and that's what makes Pat special, right? Being able to extend plays, being able to drop back, 10 yards, and then also do some magic, but also too, that also brings up a problem for left tackles trying to meet that guy at a certain point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got some more good.
Yeah, I think there's a few more clips here.
Okay, let's check it. See, tackles like that position right there. That's perfect. That is perfect. But here they had. Go ahead. Juszczyk's probably going to be there for a chip, but his set on this one is perfect. This would be perfect for Pat. He's able to get back there. At this point, he wasn't going to be able to push it. But this right here is the one that some of our tackles get in a problem with. And so, good feet. And at this point, when you engage, you just got to press and punch. And so when the same thing, the defensive tackle gets his hands on him before he punches, that's where he could get lifted up off his feet. That can happen to any tackle. See that? I mean, that's what a defender wants to be able to do. The thing is, if your punch is violent and it's powerful, then you'll stop that charge, and then you just gotta reassess. You got to anchor back down, and that's the thing about it. You got to sit. He's got a good enough feet. He's got enough power that he can anchor and do all those things. It's a good job here. Same thing, turning his shoulders. He wants to engage too much on that as opposed to keeping his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. Okay.
So all in all, do you think this is after kind of doing a little more research on Jaylon Moore and whatnot, are you satisfied with the addition even more so than you were last week?
Yeah, I am. Because I think the thing is that he is we might not be as strong again. We could definitely work on to be better. Like I say, staying square to the line of scrimmage. Another one is he has to work on his durability. He's got to work on his endurance. Those things are going to be key. It's going to be key for us. He keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. I think he does a great job of kicking out. It doesn't look like he clicks his heel. There was one game that he kind of clicked his heels, but I was like, he's a little tired. And you could tell. You could tell in his pass sets he was a little tired. So he said after this Philly right, he decided he's a solid guy. I think he's going to be all right. Like I said, the little things that I'm looking at, I'm concerned with, he is something he could definitely work on. Better than Humphrey's getting put on his butt. Well, I think Joe did a great job. The thing is, if he doesn't get his technique right, Jaylon will beat on the same way. He'll be the same way. Where Joe doesn't have as long as arm as Jaylon, this is where it could be Jaylon's advantage. Jaylon he's got to get his punch on the guys immediately because he's got to hold it for at least 5 seconds. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005. If you're going to get Pat time, you got to give him that. You got to give him that. And so once he works on his endurance, he gets his endurance down, I think for how we do the longevity in a play that it could be for us, it's going to be his challenge. It's going to be his challenge. Shoulder square to the line of scrimmage, another thing you got to work on, right? That's easy. That's easy. So, hey, look, don't give too much. More of a shoulder. Punch that shoulder, climb up to the backer, and make sure everybody's giving a count. And I think when I started looking at some of his film, I was going, let me see what the second half, how he's thinking when he is tired. That's what I wanted to see. So I didn't see anything that stopped Hendrickson from bothering him. Hendrickson's going to give anybody the business. That's the thing about it. He's a good-sized guy. He's athletic enough to play this position for us. He looks pretty stout. He's got good hips. Like I said, man, I think it's going to be his biggest challenge is the endurance. As the game wears on, where's his technique going to be then? That's what it is. Andy Reid's training camp will get him into shape. He's going to have to. He's going to get some extra reps. He's going to have to do that. That's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. And he needs to know right now in his head what Purdy and those guys are doing. The ball is coming out faster than what we do, than what Pat gives. James Lamp said, JD, I can't find a KC football card of you. Why? Did you play for the Eagles? I did play for the Eagles. You'll see tons of cards from my Eagles days. I think I only had one card with Kansas City, and it was like 3 people on the same card with me.
Oh yeah, I think I have that card actually. Yeah, it was a 3-person one.
Yeah, it was me, Sammy, SP, Sammy Parker, and I don't know who else was the third guy.
Gosh, Yeah, I forget.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I definitely have that in my room somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they were doing whatever with cards and stuff like that. I have no idea. But.
All right. So now I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys are more excited about this signing than Kareem is in the chat.
So I'll finish up with this, Marcus. I'll say this. Okay. Keep working on consistency, endurance, technique. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Andy Heck and those guys, they'll coach up the offensive line. This is going to look different for sure because you're going to have King Suma and him on that side. Excuse me. And the thing is, those two guys got to get it together. They're going to have to get it together. I think they'll do a good job. I think they will. So we'll just have to see. But this is new for him. He's never started a full season. It's different. It's different. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. I mean, obviously they saw something in him to give him the 2-year deal. And we saw Cam Robinson today got a 1-year deal with the Texans, 1 year up to $14.5 million. And doing more research on him, I was really happy we ended up with Jaylon Moore in the end. Yeah. And after this film review too, so we were more excited.
Yeah, man. So be a little excited about Jaylon Moore. I think he'll do a good job for us. I do. I think he'll do a good job for us. Once he gets here, he's going to know what demands are going to be on him. He had, like I said, some decent games against Green Bay, Buffalo, which is always a hard go at it. Chicago's got some pass rushers. They got some guys compressed up there. Did a pretty decent job against those guys. So, yeah, we'll be all right. LA did a good job against those guys, too. We've seen a little bit. That's somewhat of a tougher outing for it. Miami was the one that he had a little chance, little challenge. So,
yeah. All right, so now we're going to get to Kristian Fulton, our newest DB to the secondary here. Okay.
So let's see him down at the bottom, man. Tell you what I like about this guy. Okay, what Spags demands of his corners, is he wants guys to be aggressive. He wants aggressive corners. He's going to play a ton of man while he's here. And when I'm looking at the film, checking him out, obviously last year, Marcus, we talked about him having a hamstring pull, and you could tell toward the end of the, last part of the season, that was really bothering him. I wanted to see what he's going to look like against Mooney and Drake London against that game, man. You could tell he was really hampered by that hamstring. He was trying to come back from it. Wasn't really the same guy, but before then, like this game right here against Pickens, those guys, you could see him. You could see the explosion out of his hips. You could see the aggressiveness. You could see the physicality of his game. And also, too, what you could see was a lot of energy. He's a guy that likes to talk. You could tell that. So, guy coming from LSU, you know what you're going to get from a guy like that. But he looked excited, man. It was, good defense. There's some guys up there, man. I mean, the Chargers, their whole secondary, man, they're energetic. They are energetic. And so you could tell it was infectious. But you watch him, man, and he I forgot there was one they were talking about his pass rate being the closest, like he was one of the top 3, I think, as far as like
at the beginning of the season, the first 6 weeks of the season, it was like top 5 or top 8 or something like that as far as pass rating.
Yeah, but like closeness. So he stays in guys' hip pockets. He does. You'll see a lot of like zone from here. What I was kind of watching, but when it was time to get physical, he would come up there and he was laying the wood. He would hit on this. So we'll check it out. Foot in the ground, come up here, make a play. Boom. It's Najee too. So Same thing with Pickens up here. Look at that, coming out of break. That's good, quiet hips. Even when he's starting to open up, man, he puts his foot in the ground. It's good hips right there. It's good hips. It's good hips. And right here is zone. So look at it. You're talking about this closeness. Go back to the sideline view on this one. And once he gets his feet down, man, this right here, that's quiet feet. Quiet feet, boom. You see, he reads and reacts. Reads and reacts. That's a good job. That's the way he looks. That's the guy we're going to get. Hamstring better, read and reacts. He does a great job of it, man. And he's physical. That's one thing I loved about it. And I think because toward it, when he hurt his hamstring, he started getting a little bit more handsy because he had to. Because his legs couldn't do what he wanted it to do. You see, right here, he's coming off, man. He's not scared to hit. He's not scared to hit. Come up, make some plays. He recognizes it real well. He's got some good high football IQ. That's what I like about it. Because you can tell he recognizes certain plays when balls come out. He's got a good feel for this, especially in zone. He's got a great feel. The main aspect is what Spags like. He likes to challenge. So same thing. He's just read and react. Yeah. See, and you can tell a guy that's doing that, man, he trusts his ability. And that's what I love is, when some guys, kind of, when they backpedal, look at that read and react. That's fast right there. Read and react. They just got to make the tackle. Linebackers cover 3, takes a deep route, puts a foot in the ground, comes up to spin so he can be part of the, and that's, you're asking that in zone. You covering deep route on cover 3 and then coming up to almost make the tackle. That's pretty good. That's good speed right there. That's what's good. And that's a good corner. A good corner does that, reads and reacts. And he knows he might have something over the top. The thing is, he had his hips opening up, just in case you want to throw the deep route, he's got enough speed that he could recover on something like this on a deep route. That's why the quarterback didn't take it. So,
obviously you love the acquisition here, and I just feel like obviously a lot of zone there.
Yeah.
Based on what you saw, 'cause you watched a lot of different film today. I know you did. A lot of this, a lot of stuff this can translate to playing with Spags. Obviously, he's a cornerback. He played man before in his career, so him coming to play man and with Spags is not like he's ever done it before. I feel like what you just showed, the physicality, the recognition of a lot of this stuff, pay off dividends playing in man with in Spags' system.
Mm-hmm. The thing is when I was hearing all the criticism about him about getting beat somewhat last year, he was either making a play or he was getting beat or the penalty thrown on it. It was no in between. I think once he's healthy, then it's going to clear itself out for sure. I think he can still play. Spags are telling him, be fierce, be physical, but open up and run with the guys. I think he's got enough speed he can run with anybody in the league. And that's the thing about it. That's what you want to be seeing as a corner. You don't want him chasing guys down. He don't mind putting his hands on people, and the Spags is going to give him that. That's what you want as a corner. If you're a physical guy as a corner, you want to be able to put your hands on guys immediately. And so I think that for him, he might enjoy that more than anything else, as opposed to playing zone. You play in zone, man, you got to, like you said, you got to read and react. Somebody catches out in the flat. Now you got to come up there and you got to lay some wood on somebody. So, which he's not scared to do. He's not scared to do it at all. He just got to be able to make that tackle. Is he willing to make a tackle? Absolutely. The worst tacklers on the field are corners. That's a fact. That's the worst tacklers on the field on defense is a cornerback. Corners don't want to come up here. They don't want to deliver a blow. This guy right here, he doesn't care. He does not care. And so when I would see him like cover guys, kind of in man, he get in their face. It was balls thrown to him. He's a little handsy, like I said, but Spags and they'll be able to work with him. I'll tell you what, he's a pure corner here. He's a pure corner. This is a good acquisition for us, for sure. Yeah.
Is there anything that stood out to you as far as something that you were surprised about seeing when reviewing his tape that you didn't realize he was that good at whatever it is that you noticed?
Probably the tackling coming up, being physical. That was kind of shocking to me. I know some corners will do it, some corners may not. It depends on how they bring you down. For him, he don't mind sticking his head in there. He's just not going to give you a chicken wing or arm. He's kind of make the tackle. He's going to put his hands in there and he's going to try to rip it off of you. He's going to hit. And so anytime you have a corner that is willing to tackle, that has it about him in their heart, shoot, you don't want me over. And you can cover deep. You don't want me over. I love it. Spags going to love this guy too. I think that's the reason they got him. And they knew that he probably had, when you see the games that he had a hamstring trying to recover from that, you could tell a difference. You could tell as far as like him putting in the ground, turning his hips, the quickness coming out of his breaks. It's just not there. It's just not there. Not what he wants it to be. When you look at the earlier film, totally different guy. So.
Yeah, it's one of the things, too, because if you looked at when we signed him, a lot of Chargers fans were like, yep, I wish we were keeping the guy from the first 6 weeks of the season, not the guy to end the season. And it's like, it's what we always talk about. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. The guy doesn't play at all. It's like, oh, man, he's injury prone. But when the guy does play injured, it's like, man, he sucks. I don't want him on my team. It's like, what do you want from these guys?
Yeah. But man, when you sit over looking at him, man, he's got quiet feet. Doesn't look heavy at all. Doesn't look cumbersome at all. He looks silky smooth. His back pedal recognition, he's got high IQ as far as recognizing the play when the ball's going to him. He does a good job of that. He does a good job of it. So that's a good thing about they can bring this element in if they wanted to run some combination coverage. So if they wanted to go, quarters, cover 3, and man or cover 2 on one side, and you can do all those different things with him. You can. So he can do it. He can do it. And the thing is, he ain't gonna let you get beat. So
yeah. Kareem is asking you a question. JD, I'd like to hear about the tight end in the league you see yourself in, and anyone in the draft that reminds you of you.
I don't know about that, Kareem. I don't know.
Well, according to John Middlecoff, they don't make him like you anymore, JD.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Isn't it funny the way he was talking about it? It's like, yeah, I mean, believe it or not, guys, there was tight ends who weighed 260, 270 back in the day. Like people don't know that.
well. And this was because I didn't weigh 270 when I was in Philly.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't become that until I got to Kansas City. Philly, like I said, man, I shoot. My thing was, you look at my Philly film, I was stretching the defense. I get down the field, man. It was hard to bring down. It would take 3 or 4 guys to bring me down. Just check the film out. You'll see.
You went from shredder with the Eagles to super shredder with the Chiefs.
Yes, sir. So.
All right. And for James, I posted a link in there. That's the car that JD was. It was Sammy Parker, JD, Larry Johnson, and you.
LJ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Philly JD was different. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Oh yeah. All right. So now we're gonna get to our final film study of the day.
I did run.
What's that?
I said I did run mean. James Lamp said, yes, you ran mean. I did. That was a problem. That was an absolute problem.
Fast and mean, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is Jerry Tillery, the newest defensive tackle acquisition. Okay. Tillery is 99 with the Vikings. So it's a compilation of his Chargers, Raiders, and his Vikings. So 99 with the Vikings.
So out here playing defensive end, man. This is where he got to shoot his hands, man. He's a long guy, man. That's what I love about it. Long guy. So 6'6", 290, almost 300 pounds. Look at, man. He got some athletic ability. He's got some real athletic ability. Shoot. It's against Trey. Push it back. It's a hold. He's chasing. That's a good rep right there. It's a good rep. Good rep. We know against a good guard.
One of the highest paid guards in the league now.
Yeah. I do too, Demetrio. His versatility, man, inside and out. He could do it. He's got the body type, man, to put him anywhere. Good high motor. I think Joker could, man.
He's quick, man. For his size, he is quick.
Yeah. Boom. It's good. It's good hands right there. Post, shed, go. Hold it. That's time catch guys like that. See, the thing is, when you post like this, I mean, this is a tight end trying to block him. I mean, tight end shouldn't be able to do that. Read and react. Kareem said, I hated the idea of drafting Tillery. Love the idea of signing him. Too, more mature guy now. You could tell. Much more mature player. And he plays like it. He plays like it to the end. Look at that. It's a good move. Good hands. Good rip. Joe got long arms, man. I mean, that's we didn't have it like that last year. Past couple of years. The guy could go ahead and just do that. Menahu, when he was healthy, same thing, 5. Good shed, come off. Recognize it, see what he's trying to do. Rip, go. It's good rep. It's good quickness right there, man. Daggone. So this is how he would play a little bit more balanced with us. Almost at that same stance. Now he came all around the off the tackle and made the play. The backside B gap. That's that's one hell of a job. Shoot. That's what you need. That right there. Guy coming off, shed. Press. Boom. And right there in the middle. Press. Come off. Make the play. That's all you ask for a defensive tackle to do. All day. You know, I was telling you as far as like when I was talking about Jaylon Moore, like once you stop a guy's charge, this is what an offensive guy's got to be able to do. He's got to be able to drive his feet. Well, Tillery got his arms on him. He couldn't drive his feet. Long arm, boom, right there. Press, it's over. That's perfect. I'll put that on like that's so technical. on how you do things on the defensive line. Try to step to you, find him, press. There you got it. You got it on line of scrimmage. I mean, damn. One-on-ones, jeez. Textbook. You got Trey on the same move, didn't he? Same move. Quick hands. He got his hands are incredible.
Yeah, he's got really quick hands.
Yeah,
really, it's really apparent when you watch his highlights.
Well, it shows. We talk about having a game plan when you go in, how you're going to attack a guy. He immediately knows what he's going to do on his play. So, and this is experience. This is experience. He's a strong guy, man. Strong guy. He's quick, strong. Big like this, like the one, like you said. Look on the one on Trey. Same thing. Pass rush. He's on the one generating pass rush on that one.
Relentless too, man. It wasn't stopping.
Yeah.
And I believe they just got him. I think when they played us, that was his first game with the Raiders because the Chargers had just cut him and they signed him. I think that was his first game with them.
Okay.
He's just trying to show his value there that first game.
Yeah. So anytime he's singled up, man, he ought to win.
That's against a good tackle right there too in this play. That's against Bowles, isn't it?
Yeah. Press, make the play. Tight end, yeah, tight end should never have a chance on you. Holding, got the flag.
Yeah, he's well, does it make you kind of wonder, like, why hasn't he stuck with the team? I mean, like, because we watch these players, like, man, he's really good. Like, why hasn't he stuck on a team? I mean, he's talented as heck. He's got fast hands. I mean, he's relentless.
All the time. When you sit there, you watch plays. Everybody brings up the best plays the guy shows and what he does. I try to look at. I want to see your worst plays. I want to see when you are. I want to see how you play when you're tired. I want to see when you play against better competition. I want to see how you. That's a hell of a play right there. Is a guy like that consistent? And I think, man, because of his length and his size, he's definitely going to be a problem, especially against guards like this. I mean, he should be able to eat guards' lunch, and that's what they talk about. It's like some of the versatility. He got some knee bend to get around the corner. Man, it's a hell of a job. It's a hell of a job. So they press his tackles like they're receivers. Yeah. Yeah, especially those guards. Definitely presses them.
There was a reel that I saw that someone put together of a lot of like penalties from Tillery. Apparently, he's a dirty player. Is what I saw from certain fans. That they put together a montage of his dirty hits that he has had over the years. Now, I will say this though, JD. I'm not condoning dirtiness. However, you kind of want some element of meanness on the defense, especially your D line. And I'm not saying be dirty. I don't like players who are dirty, but I kind of want an element of that for my guys in the trenches.
Listen, I don't want a defensive tackle to smile until after he gets the football. That's it. Or you get a sack. Other than that, go have your fun. And I'm sure probably some of those might have been where he was just like he's relentless. Like he's just trying to go get the football. That's what he knows. He knows, like, I'm going 100 miles an hour. A guy like this that you practice against, you're going to hate practice against this guy. That's why he's going to be a problem. And so, yeah, you do need a little bit some guys that's going to mix it up on the defensive line. You have to. Yeah, hey, man, throw a flag on him. That's okay. Keep coming. As long as the penalty in itself has to be something based off your effort. If you're sitting over here and you're close to getting a guy and you happen to get there a second too late, fine. But if these penalties are coming where it's like a second or 2 seconds late, that's an issue. That's an issue. So, yes, sir, we need some dogs. No question about it. You got to mix it up. Look, hey, one of my boys, man, just was able to get back with him, Ronnie Dixon. Ronnie Dixon played defensive tackle for us when I was in Philly. And Ronnie Dixon was a truck driver. That's what Ronnie Dixon's his occupation was. And so he used to drive a truck, played in Philly, he used to have his big old truck on him. But his mentality as a truck driver was always somebody going to be roadkill. And that's how he played. He didn't care. He clawed, scratched. He's going to get in there. That's what he was going to do. We almost laugh about it because we sit there and say, man, in Philly, we had some guys that were some convicts. You usually thought was some convicts up there. That's what you got to have. Sorry. That's what you need to have. I don't want you to be clean cut. When you come in, I want everybody to know you're a defensive lineman when you walk in there. That's what I want to see. Linda Hunter says, sorry for asking a question about Carson Wentz and all the changes the team has made. I missed that he was cut.
He wasn't cut. It was just a 1-year deal.
Deal.
That's pretty much what we've been doing with our backup quarterbacks. He's apparently Cleveland Browns have mutual interest with Carson Wentz as they want him to be the bridge quarterback between him and their next guy. So it sounds like he may be signing in Cleveland to have a chance of starting. Because that was the entire reason why he came last year. He wanted a chance to be in Kansas City, learn from Andy Reid to end up trying to become a starting quarterback again. Because he's still a young guy.
Yeah. So, no, good question, Linda. Good question. Appreciate Carson coming in for the little bit he was in.
Yeah,
solid
Week 18 valiant effort in that game.
Yeah, thought all that old hip movement, all them drills going to rest late. You watch your drill, I think those drills are funny, like doing that with the hip and all that, turning and stuff like Dak be doing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that sucker Wentz can throw that thing. He can sling it.
Yeah, it's one thing you can do, man. He can spin it. That's for daggone sure. Optimistic James said, my worst mistake was not letting the star player trample me. Because as soon as he lowered his shoulder to hit me, I did a defensive juke move and snatched the ball for a TD. He never threw me the ball again. Let me read that again. My worst mistake was not letting the star player trample me, okay? Because as soon as he lowered his shoulder to hit me, I did a defensive juke move and snatched the ball for a TD. He never threw me a ball again. I think I understand what you're saying. So, Optimistic James, were you the running back receiver? Is this what you wouldn't let him trample you? Said he lowered his shoulder to hit you. That means that he was trying to make the tackle. You did a defensive juke move and snatched the ball for a TD. He never threw me the ball again. Am I saying it correctly, Optimistic James? Yeah? Am I understanding you?
Optimistic James had some good ones tonight. Him and Kareem have had some good comments tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Linebacker? Tasha says linebacker? I don't know, threw me the ball. So if he threw the ball your way, or was you a receiver or some, DB. Oh, DB. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Stop him with trample me because as soon as he lowered his shoulder to hit, I got you. I did a defensive juke move and snatched the ball for DB. I got you. Now I got you. Okay. Kind of talking about Prime. I remember with Prime, man, he I tried to lower my shoulder on Prime too, trying to run him over, and Prime sidestepped me.
You got out of the way?
Yeah, he sure did attack me from behind. I said, oh, okay. He said, no, big fella, I see you done. He said, it's a business decision. This is a business decision. I'm like, I got you. Yeah.
That's funny. The DBs, man, they got to protect themselves, especially Prime.
Oh, yeah.
He had a baseball game to go to afterwards.
Yeah, man. Sure. Yeah, Prime is smart. Yeah. There was another one when I was caught one against the Cowboys, and you see Prime kind of come here toward the end, trying to pull the ball away from him. JD, what does your signature look like? I just saw an NFL card with your signature. Want to see if it was legit. Let me see. How was the ankle tackling king? Let me see. I don't know. Depends on, man, because signatures start looking a little crazy, brother. You start signing. I don't know if you can see it here or not. Now, my hand is not as tired as what it kind of looks like.
Actually, I have a card with your signature on, your Senior Bowl card from obviously back in the day. Let me go get it. I'll bring it on.
Okay.
I'll go get the prop.
Yeah, bring the prop here. He was not shy to say they don't pay me to tackle. Yeah. Definitely. Because Prime was not going to do that. He didn't want to stand there and take any punishment. Oh, I don't disagree with him. And business decision, it was for him. Definitely was. So yeah, I gotta shoot a couple of cards. So I know who was on here. Lamp was talking about that earlier. Shoot, I probably got probably about 20 cards, man, with Philly.
So here's this bad boy right here.
Look at him! Look at him! Yeah. Senior Bowl.
Look at that thing.
Look at it. Yes, sir.
So it was that. Did you guys sign a bunch of these at the Senior Bowl? Do you remember?
Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, I think they sent a stack to us before we even got there to sign. There's a few things I've done like they send it to your home and stuff. You sign it. You got a contract that you got to do. I mean, how many are you going to sign? It's like, oh my gosh.
No, Amda, it's not a press pass, Amda. It's a legit card. It's just I have it in this laminate thing as protection. But yeah, it's a card.
It's a press pass.
Mobile Gas, Coca-Cola. It was the Senior Bowl now was sponsored by Reese's. So it went from Mobile Gas, Coca-Cola to Reese's Senior Bowl. All right. You guys had Coca-Cola back then. There you go.
Yeah, I would have loved to be in Reese's, man. That's my
Is that your guilty pleasure candy? Is that your favorite?
Reese's?
Yeah, is that your favorite?
Oh, without a doubt. I don't know. Do you have a favorite candy bar and stuff? Do you have any?
Yeah, my favorite candy bar would probably be a Kit Kat.
Kit Kat, really?
I like Kit Kat.
Dude. All right. Yeah, I'm a Reese's man all day.
Reese's Pieces or just Reese's Cups?
No, Reese's Cup.
Okay.
Reese's Pieces is down that's down that's down the line. You gave me Reese's Pieces, that'd be the last thing I'll pull out though. But good day, Sparkle Sports Cards. How you doing from down under? How's it going, mate? How you doing, sir? Whatchamacallit? Wow.
Okay. Sasha, Reese's Eggs time of the year. There you go.
All day. Reese's Cups all day. Yes, sir. All day. Frozen Reese's Cup, the best. That's right. Baby Ruth. Oh.
Wow. Okay.
I'm good, JD. Oh, good to see you. Sparkle Sports Card.
Screw E.T. Oh, come on.
I want to see down there, Sparkle Sports Card. What is your favorite candy bar that y'all have down there? Y'all have the same things up here like that, or is it something different? Andre Chanel said, Mr. Good Bar. Mr. Good Bar is
Okay, let me ask you. If Reese's your number one, what would be top two? I also like Twix. Twix are good.
Twix is okay. It had to be maybe like a score bar, score Heath.
Okay. Oh, Heath Bar. Yeah, Heath Bars are good.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you what I do like too. Not the Almond Joys. I like Almond Joys.
Almond Joy. Okay.
Almond Joys are really good. You know what I started getting a taste for? I couldn't eat them when I was younger, but now I'm like, hey, you know what? Things is okay. Zero bars? No. Oh my gosh. Paydays. There it is. Somebody named them. About time. Paydays are good. I like paydays. Didn't really appreciate them early on, but paydays now, I'm good with it. Milky Ways, not really like those either. A Nestle bar called
A Nestle bar called a Choquito. That's an Australian. Is that Australian?
Oh.
Interesting.
So. Yeah, I like Nestle bars. Nestle bars are good.
What about Butterfingers? No one said Butterfingers. You Butterfingers?
Butterfingers, yeah, that might be like that's top 5.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Crackles, I don't know what crackles are.
I don't know crackles.
Heat bar blizzards are amazing. Yes, they are. Twix are good. They're okay. Yeah. Caramel, I don't do caramel that much. I don't like caramel as much.
What about favorite non-chocolate candy bars, or not candy bars, but non-chocolate candy? So like you got the Skittles, Starburst, Nerds.
Right there, about time. Chico Stick.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh man, Chico Sticks, peanut butter.
Okay.
I'm a peanut butter guy. Peanut butter. Tim Tam biscuits.
Tim Tam biscuit.
Oh. I'm the brown now laters. Now y'all bringing some old school stuff up here now laters. I used to the ones with the powdery pack used to have the white stick.
Yeah.
Gosh, those too.
Those are good. Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. I think aren't they fun times or something like that? You know what it's called?
Man, what are those? Dip and stick.
Dip and stick. There it is. Dip and sticks. Used to love those. Barbershop Chico stick is classic. Yes, they are. Candy wafers. I don't know what candy wafers. Say our old ass with the Chico sticks. Yo, they got Chico sticks everywhere. You get those. I mean,
they're called fun. It's Fun Dip, JD. Fun Dip.
Fun Dip. Yeah.
Fun Dip.
Fun Dip. I knew it was fun. Something you said fun. I'm like, I think it's what it's called. Something like that.
Yeah, Fun Dip. Yeah, I was a big Fun Dip fan.
Yeah, Pixie Sticks. I don't really. Pixie Sticks is okay.
Yeah.
Mike and Ike's. Ooh.
Mike and Ike's, yeah.
The not the Mike and Ike's, but the Red Hots.
Oh.
There you go. Red Hots. I will post you some Tim Tams.
Tim Tams. Yeah, I'm looking at the Tim Tam biscuits right now. Not bad looking.
Tim Tam biscuits?
They're called Tim Tam biscuits. Yeah, chocolate biscuits.
Okay.
Let me pull up the just so everyone knows what we're dealing with here with Tim Tam biscuits. I'm assuming it's an Australian thing.
I guess so.
Tim Tam biscuits.
Chico sticks is peanut butter and coconuts. Can't taste coconuts.
Oh, you get Tim Tams on Amazon, it looks like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess Amazon and Target's got it also.
You got a picture of them?
Oh, can you not see it? Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
I have the Jerry Tillery stuff up. Whoops. There you go. Tim Tam biscuit.
Okay. All right. Said they are legendary. They look good. They look pretty tasty.
Look at that inside right there. Okay.
Got that caramel. See?
Nah, it loses you there.
Yeah, a little bit. As long as it's not overbearing, the caramel's not. Weather's original. Kareem said Jesus might go to sleep. Yeah, Werther's is something you hand out to somebody like you done had that sucker for about a month in your pocket.
Tim Tams are a big deal then. Okay, about time I got my Tim Tams at Home Goods today. Chocolate. Okay, so I guess it is a thing in the States.
Ooh. Andre Chanel said Boston baked beans. Man, if you don't stop playing, yes, sir. Come on.
What? Boston baked? What is it?
Boston baked beans. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All of those, the lemon drops, all of those, that whole, like all of those, man. There they are. Boston baked beans up there, man. I tell you what, if you ain't never had some, get you a little pack like that, man, and just chew on them suckers. Peanuts, I covered with a hard shell of something. I don't know what it is, but the suckers are good.
They're peanuts.
Well, peanuts with peanuts covered with whatever shell it is on the outside of it, man. But it's good. We used to eat Boston baked beans up. Lemon heads, man. Johnny Apple seeds. All
are you
from
a Sour Patch Kid, JD, or no?
I mean, I'll eat them if somebody gave them to me, maybe, but not really. Yeah.
What about the Haribo gummy bears?
I never really liked gummy bears like that.
Okay.
Somebody who said Abba bars are malt balls are good, very very. Here we go. We're talking about Crunch and Munch. Okay, there's like the Nestle's. No, Crunch and Munch are Crunch and Munch. The in the yellow box, that's what they are. Crunch and Munch. Yes, very good. Oh man,
it's like popcorn, like Cracker Jack,
yes,
right?
That's exactly what it's like, but it's better than Cracker Jack. Now, the Crunch and Munch is definitely different from Cracker Jack. Crunch and Munch had a much better taste. Cracker Jack seemed like a little, like if you had Crunch and Munch and then you had Cracker Jack, no contest.
They got different flavors of them, huh?
Yeah, man. But that Crunch and Munch before, I don't know, they had different flavors, but the original, can't touch them. Cannot touch them. We'd have a fight in the house. Somebody had a box of Crunch and Munch.
Really?
Man, absolutely. Yeah, Brian Birch said Charleston Chew. Oh, Brian Birch, you got a whole different taste, brother.
Charleston Chew.
Yeah, I like those.
A lot of these names I've never heard of. Charleston Chew.
If you see it, you'll know.
Oh, okay, I've seen that before.
Yeah, they got like a little bit of like the marshmallow type of. I like that. Marshmallow I didn't like either. Like anything marshmallow.
Oh, you don't like marshmallow?
No, I don't. Unless I'm just eating a marshmallow. If I go ahead and put that sucker on fire.
Okay, s'mores. You eat s'mores.
No.
Oh, you like s'mores?
I don't like s'mores.
Wow.
I can't do the whole chocolate, graham cracker, and marshmallow. I either need all three by themselves or none at all. I can't see if people eat that. Kareem, how old are you? Are you like 19?
KC natives know that Topsy cinnamon popcorn is a banger in popcorn. Are you a big popcorn fan, JD, in general? You like popcorn?
I like popcorn. Laffy Taffys are good. Big League Chew. Who we talking? Here we go. Demetrio. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Big League Chew.
You don't like Three Musketeers? I don't, Nana. I don't like Three Musketeers. I would give those away. I remember, like, you know how you get them in your Halloween candy? I'm like, who wants my Three Musketeers? Those the ones you could just give away. Like, oh, no, I don't want to
you trade with your friends?
Yeah. The worst candy invented and available ever. The worst.
What is it
I
called?
don't care if you give it to me. I will not eat these suckers at all. Twizzlers.
I was about to ask you about Twizzlers. You don't like Twizzlers?
Hells no. I have no idea why they make those things. And I don't know why people like them. I never understood it. Never.
What are the licorice, the purple and white licorice candy?
White licorice candy?
It's purple and white, and it's licorice. Good and plenty.
Oh, good and plenty. Yeah, nah.
You like those? No.
No.
Yeah, liquor's acquired taste.
I'm like, good, because you can have plenty of those. You can keep it.
Sasha, good employ.
Good.
I eat Twizzlers when I have a craving for wax.
Right. Yeah. Hey, me and you both. Sasha, me and you both. That nasty. I would rather eat licorice than like the black licorice than the red waxy type of. I can't do that. Like a jelly bean. I would rather have a jelly bean. Licorice than that. Man. Jason, would you eat candy and chocolate when you were playing? Yeah, but not like before a game or anything. I wouldn't have anything like that.
You wouldn't be like Marshawn eating Skittles on the sideline like during the game.
No.
Wait, when you see that, are you like, how do they do that? Like, how can guys do that?
Yeah.
Like, did anybody on the team have like a weird like thing like that? I mean, maybe not Skittles, but anything like that in all of your teams you played for that would eat a certain thing on the sideline or ingest something that was like kind of like odd that like nobody else would ingest? Skittles? No.
No, I didn't see nobody else eating anything on the sideline. That's something that just kind of new. Just man, let me give a shout out to the guys, man. We all sending happy birthdays, man. 3 guys for sure. Happy birthday to, for one, Greg Wesley. Happy birthday, my brother. Today is his birthday.
G West.
G West. Then, of course, it was Jerome Woodrow. It's his birthday the other day. So, Jerome, happy birthday, my brother. The last and not least, we didn't get to talk about it, man, is our very own Eric Warfield. E-Dub. His birthday too, man.
Man, so all the secondary of that team is all March birthdays?
I guess, yeah.
How would they celebrate birthdays in the locker room, JD? Or sometimes go unnoticed where people wouldn't know?
I don't know. I mean, I think everybody kind of knew. Somewhat, especially when we're playing. You know, if you're playing, it's your birthday. You know, hey man, it's birthday. And everybody will talk about what they're gonna do.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
What was your pregame meal, Mike? I would do eggs, oatmeal, or like spaghetti, and then of course something green.
What about postgame meal?
Oh shoot, I don't know. Just whatever.
Just whatever.
I mean, I would, maybe do like a steak, or we would go to let me see, not Fago de Chai at the time. What is that? Italian restaurant. Buca di Beppo.
Oh, okay.
The Pepper we used to go to. We used to go to Capitol Grill all the time. Capitol Grill has some wonderful food there. So that would be kind of the post-game meal.
Would it differ if you guys lost the game at home? Like, man, screw this, I want to go home. I want to be like, would you be pissed off after like a loss and not want to go eat?
Sometimes. Some guys will do that. Never do that. But yeah. Family go to Buca di Beppo because she has had a big family, gathering. That was pretty good food.
Yeah.
Sure. I think the closest Buca di Beppo to me is like in Cincinnati.
Oh, there's no one in Kentucky?
No, not where I'm at. Lexington, at least. Could have one in Louisville, but I don't think they have one here in Lexington.
Yeah, there's one in D.C.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. And we have Capitol Girls all over the place.
Right. Hey, Brennan. Mike Brennan, you a Twizzler guy? Or is candy corn? I like candy corn. Candy corns every once. I just, I had one or two, but not like, oh my God, time for candy corn. Nah, I'm like, okay, I'll take some.
Oh, I got one. Cadbury eggs. Are you a Cadbury egg fan or no? You weren't going to be a fan.
You keep those too. You keep them. Oh man.
All right, guys. Well, that does it for us. Brings us to the end of the episode. We hope everybody enjoyed another 2-hour amazing, epic episode that we had here tonight. We will see you guys on Monday. As we promised you guys on Monday, we're going to be doing a all RB rookie prospect show. So JD will be picking 2 RBs. I'll be picking 2 RBs, and Tage will be picking 2 RBs, and we'll go over all the running back chatter that you guys have been asking about. So, yeah, we'll be doing that on Monday for you guys. So we hope you guys enjoy this episode, and we'll see you guys next week. JD, send us off here, buddy.
Listen, everybody, we appreciate it. Hope y'all enjoyed the little film study that we did. Talking about guys, kind of breaking it down somewhat of like their obviously strengths and some of the weaknesses. I think you should feel good with all the signings that we have. Jaylon Moore is going to be a good left tackle for us. He's going to be a solid guy. He's going to get some extra work with Andy Heck and those guys up front. I think him and King Suma beside one another, man, is going to have a good showing. So everybody can sit well, just knowing that, we have for one, a good coaching group. We should be fine. Same thing with Kristian Fulton. He's been an incredible guy, great experience for us. Solid corner, very physical. He's going to be a great signer for us. Great signing. And then Jerry Tillery, comes off the ball, very energetic, has great hands, great quickness. Very long, good stature. He's going to be a go-getter. If we need some dogs out there, he's going to be a monster. So Beach has done a good job this offseason signing some really good free agents here and getting some of the guys back that we needed. So we're just going to add on when we get to the draft. We're going to see how this is going to look. But we're going to make this run again, fellas, ladies and gents. We definitely will. So with that, I'm going to tell everybody now, I know, great show. I'm hungry too. I want to get me something I don't know what it is. I'm going to grab something. But, hey, listen. Look, y'all take care. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Y'all take care of one another. We'll see each other next Monday to get into some of these running backs, talking about a few things. Y'all bring your own questions and, whatever y'all want to talk about. Please do DM me on Twitter or whatever, and you find me, say what's up to me. Give us something to talk about. Sparker Sports Card all the way down there from down under. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate it, though. Demetrio Spence, Kareem, a.k.a. Joe Delaney, my guy, Kareem. Okay, you're 45, man. These things ain't too old for you. What you done seen, the candies. I don't know what you've been looking at. I don't know. Andre Chanel, appreciate it. I'm the Brown. Good to see you. Mike Brennan, thank you so much. Optimistic James. About Time. Nana Sherry, Brian Birch. I love Cherry Mash as a kid. I know what you're talking about. The barbershop, same with your barbershop. We can't eat too much of those. Get older. Nana Sherry for sure. Linda Hunter, thank you so much for coming in here. Sasha, good seeing you as always. Justin DeWay, as well. Stu. They say chocolate bar is good for energy. It is. And you run in it, and you be like, hit it and crash real soon, real quick. But good seeing you, Stu. Be talking to you, my brother. Let me see who else we got in here. Let me see. Hearts and Roses. Hearts and Roses, I want some ice cream. Hearts and Roses, you want to go get some ice cream now? You probably be on some ice cream while we're here. Witchy Hall. Thank you, Witchy. Good to see you, as always. Let me see. Who else we got on here? About time you're going to have anniversary. You said you're going to get something. Fine. Get her something nice. Once you have you, man, that's all that matters, brother. Once you have you. Excuse me. James Lamp. Okay, I think it's, the E solid. Douglas Slyman, good evening. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Who else we got in here, Marcus? A lot of you people. Dash, and also Adam Calais Campbell. Oh, no. This big body right there, man. Big body. I always like Calais. Cole Kelleher, seriously consider one of the jerseys. Oh, okay, Cole. Appreciate it, my brother. Come on, we got it for you if you want it. We got it for you. We got it. Tage is in here in the house, man. Tage, I don't know if you're still here or not, brother. But we will see you on Monday. Talking about a few of the things. Who else we got in here, man? DeMonte Green. What's up, man? know if you're still here, DeMonte. Good seeing you, my brother. But hey, listen, Geo Perry, good seeing you. I know you was in here early. 3 Delta, good to see you as well. 2 names, haven't seen different ones. Geo Perry, obviously from down there at Dallas. Seen you before. But hey, ladies and gents, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Appreciate y'all coming out, enjoying this time with us, an episode. Thank you so much for your time. Y'all take care of each other. God bless. Make sure we talk. Who was it? Had the hip? G-Pick, man. Keep healing up, brother. Keep healing up. So when you see this thing, you'll see it, man. We're still lifting you up all during the entire process. So I know you'll be running no time in no time. Okay. Marcus, my brother, listen, love you, man.
Love you
Appreciate
too,
it so much. I'll be talking to you as always, like we always do. Kathy Welch was in here too. Listen, everybody, y'all take care. Be safe. Take care and love each other like you're supposed to love each other. All right, that's what it's all about. Okay, be good people toward one another. We need more of that, more of it, not less. Other than that, man, brother, appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see y'all later. Love you guys. All right.
Love you, everybody. See you Monday. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.